chosen ones, empaths, and with genuine souls. I'm so grateful you could be here. Thank you for being here. God does not want you to rush now, okay? You've been there and done it. Some of you have been married, some of you have had children, some of you have been in relationships with these narcissists involved in your life. So you've been there and done it. And ultimately, there is no rush now, okay? There is no rush now to jump into a new relationship. And there's just not, okay? Like, I know you might have people in your family or your friendship circles that have decent relationships, and it seems like they're living a meaningful life, and you feel like you're missing out. Honestly, God's taken you on another path. God showed you about these deviants that exist in the world. And obviously, if you was maybe in these relationships that you see with your eyes, maybe you would pick up on signs that there's things wrong in those relationships as well. Okay? So honestly, don't rush. You've been there and done it now. Okay? What rush is there to do? Okay? And the thing that you need to embrace is the way that you are moving. It's not your fault, please. I'm not criticizing you or anything like that. I'm not criticizing you, putting you down or anything like that. But the way collectively empaths, chosen ones, and genuine and souls are moving, the ones that have been drawn out by narcissists, is obviously there was something wrong in their assessment of these individuals. Okay, so if you rush out there now to someone new, who's to say that it can't be another narcissist or worse narcissist? Okay, and that's why God doesn't want you to rush. God wants you to become. It's vital. Is it possible? Some of you might disagree. It's not possible. I think it's possible. Okay, I think that you need to become so independent in this world and so comfortable with yourself that when you engage with new people, you got to like it. It's nice. It's nice to wear your heart on your sleeve and just express yourself freely and all of that. But look where it got you. Okay, expressing yourself freely, wearing your heart on your sleeve, it got you, affiliated with some dusty weirdo narcissist. So the approach has to be different now. Okay, and the way that I think it needs to be done is keeping your heart for you and God alone. And I've known this for a very long time, but still, in this world, you can make the mistake. It's very hard, like, it's what I mean by keeping your heart to you and God. If you only love God like you love God, or say you got children, obviously you love your God, you love your children, etc. But putting God above everything, okay, a love for God above everything, and being thankful for the path that you're on, being grateful for the path that you're on, trusting His plan. This is what it's about. And then say you are walking down the street one day and you start talking to someone, be on high alert. Okay, you gotta play the game now, because these people are out here playing a game with you, trying to make you feel comfortable, trying to make you open up, trying to make you express yourself. So it's gotta be done in a very clever way that you're able to cut these relationships off in an instant. Okay? Don't need to be any bad words exchanged or anything like that, or any drama or any chaos, but just phasing people out, getting away from people. Okay? Because this is what it's got to be done. Okay? And why I think God doesn't want you to rush And that's why I made a video just earlier about the isolation season with what God puts chosen ones, empaths, and genuine souls through. If you want to check that out, I made it just before this one. Well, it's been released just before this one, so they'll come out in order. You got to just really think about this. Like, there's no rush, okay? Like, you've lived a life, okay? You've lived a life, yeah, okay, it was with the wrong person, okay, but you still lived a life nonetheless. You still had a romantic relationship, you still got married, you still had children, or if you haven't even had children or got married yet, it's okay. You've still lived a meaningful life. You've had a relationship and it happened to be with a narcissist. So now it's about not rushing, okay, into that next one, okay, because I have spoke to people in one-to-one sessions, and I've seen them rush into new relationships very quickly. And what they don't realize they're doing is, I try to point it out, but the thing about rushing into new relationships quickly and not becoming comfortable with your own company is you use this new person as a means to heal yourself. And obviously, if this person is a narcissist or a deviant, and you're trying to use that person to heal yourself, this is what narcissists do. They come out of relationships with you, for example, monkey branch to someone and use that person to try and heal. It doesn't work. You can't heal through people. So it's something you need to watch out for, and that's why there's no rush. There's honestly no rush, and God wants you. God's trying to tell you don't rush. Sometimes some of you that will ignore this advice, and I understand you ignoring this advice and not understanding this advice in the other video as well about the isolation season. Some of you will go through the process and you will affiliate with someone new, and you will rush out there, meet someone new, or you try and meet someone new, and sometimes you might be met with rejection, and that rejection is actually a big blessing. Okay, you don't need to let that rejection affect your self-esteem or your self-worth or who you are as a person. You got to see that God's actually structuring your path. And yes, you may be met with rejection from people. Someone that you wanted to date, perhaps. Perhaps you met someone you wanted to date them and they rejected you. Okay? Or perhaps you wanted to hang around with some friends and then they rejected you. It's actually a big blessing. Okay? There's a lot that happens beneath the veil. God's keeping these people away from your path. Okay? Everything's spiritual as we go through this world. Everything's spiritual, and you're connected with the source. You as chosen ones, genuine souls, and empaths are connected with the source. You're connected with the Most High. So once you know you're connected with the Most High, if someone rejects you or doesn't want to show you interest or doesn't want to go on a date with you or hang about with you or whatever, it's actually happening for your benefit. And what God's trying to teach you through this is, look, stop rushing, chosen ones, stop rushing empaths, stop rushing genuine souls, stop rushing out there. Take your time. This rushing already landed you in a whole heap of trouble with these narcissists that are involved in your life. This rushing. And I understand you wanting to rush. Okay? But like I said, for those of you that may feel like it's more of a priority to meet someone now than spend some time alone and not rush, then you may be met with rejection. You may be met with people that don't want to show you any interest, and honestly, don't let that affect your self-esteem or put you down. It's actually happening for your benefit. It's actually happening for your benefit. So please embrace, right? As you go through life where you're single again, think about it. You've actually been there and done it. You actually poured your love, care, support, and everything into this other narcissist, right? Like, on one side of that relationship, it was healthy from your side of things, from what you was trying to build, from the foundations you was trying to lay, from what you were trying to do on your side of things. you're actually trying to build a healthy relationship. So you have actually done your part. The fact of the matter is, it was just given to the wrong person. So I'm just trying to advise you, and I don't want any of you to fall into the trap of another narcissist, because it's going to get so much more confusing. It's going to get so much more confusing for you. And that's why I just don't want any of you to rush. Okay? So please check out the other video that I mentioned about the isolation period. That might help. It's not something to be upset about, being single, or it's a lifestyle choice, you know? Like, honestly, it's a lifestyle choice. Like, enjoy it. Raise the bar now. You know? Be very selective about who you give your time to. Be very, very selective. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.